Hey guys, welcome to the Critical Review. Marvel dropped some pretty big news in the last 24 hours by releasing a teaser trailer for Avengers Doomsday. This has been a pretty awaited movie, considering I think that they made the announcement a little bit over a year ago that Robert Downey Jr. had been cast as Doomsday. So there's a lot of speculation with is that going to work or not, but you have to remember that this is a franchise that has delved into multiverses and time travel. So pretty much anything is possible at this point. I would say the most shocking thing that I saw was that Chris Evans is returning as Captain America to piggyback off of that anything is possible thing that I just said. I know that at the end of Infinity Wars, it looked like Chris Evans was done with the role. However, he has circled back kind of just like Robert Downey Jr. has. Loki is going to be making an appearance, Tom Hiddleston. I think that the main hero in this that's going to kind of be that Bruce Wayne type of character that kind of gets everybody together and is a leader is going to be Chris Hemsworth, because as he does speak in the little bit of plot that you do get, it's just kind of a callback to his experiences and him basically putting Doomsday as the biggest, baddest guy that he's ever faced. Pedro Pascal is going to be in as Mr. Fantastic. Paul Rudd's returning as Ant-Man. Channing Tatum's coming in this as Gambit, which I think is a really smart move, because that means that that kind of humor that he carries with himself is going to go with this movie probably really, really good. It's rumored that James Marsden is coming back as Cyclops, which I'd love to see because I think he was a great Cyclops. However, I can't confirm that from what I saw in the trailer. All you can see is there is a person who is Cyclops. Mystique is in it. I don't recall what the actress's name is that's going to be playing Mystique. Two older actors that have been in older superhero movies that I'm actually happy to see returning is going to be Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as both Professor X and Magneto. Now, we haven't seen either one of these actors in any movies relating to these characters in quite a long time. Professor X hasn't been in a movie since Logan, and Magneto, you can call that all the way back to Days of Futures Past. So I think that Stewart's and McClellan's on-screen chemistry is really good as adversaries, so I think that's really going to add an awesome layer to this movie. It was a teaser, and it did just that. It just teased what characters you can expect to be in it. No major plot, if any plot, was revealed, other than Doomsday's bad guy, Chris Hemsworth, is the good guy. There's a lot of speculation. I looked up the cast online, and there's no way to know how much that is just speculation and who's actually going to be in this movie without seeing more trailers. And I doubt that they are going to drop the best surprises on just the teaser, so I think that we have a lot more in store for us. However, I am super curious about two characters in specific, just because of all the X-Men characters I've seen, and I love the X-Men, and I'll touch on that here in a minute. Would be Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. Now, he's been playing the role for a really long time. However, he did a great job in Deadpool, and I'd like to see him come into Doomsday, because I think that this looks like a pretty epic movie. The other character is going to be Deadpool. However, I'm a little apprehensive because Deadpool's tone is very different than a regular MCU Avengers movie's tone. So that might clash and cheapen the feel of Deadpool. Maybe it won't. Only time's going to tell. Now, as far as scale goes with the movie, it's definitely smaller than Infinity War, but I would say it is quite a bit bigger than just, say, a regular Marvel movie, which is interesting. It almost gave me kind of like Ragnarok vibes a little bit. See if anybody else, I don't know if any of you guys got that too or not. And that might just be because Thor was in it so much. But I think that we have a lot to look forward to. If that casting is even 3/4 of the way true that I looked up online, it will be as big as Infinity War. However, I don't know. I would find that pretty hard to believe, but it's possible because we got just droplets of characters if that's the case in this teaser trailer. So as this evolves, I will update you guys. It looks like I think it's December 12th. So it's going to be a holiday month that this movie's coming out. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with release gross earnings from it. And as we get closer and closer and I get more updates, more trailers, I'm going to keep you guys updated. So this has been the Critical Review, and I'll see you guys next time.